Ooh, special delivery. Here's my belt. And this should be a pulley, yep. And one of these things, and a bunch of bearings. Ooh, excellent, just what I needed. Oh, and I also have my saw blade over here, a 1-inch steel rod, and some collars and, I don't know, pieces of stuff. I have to figure out how to make this into a super saw. This is going to take a bit of precision, but I think I can handle it. I'm going to take this collar here and put it like almost at the end. Almost at the end, just enough that there's enough space for the saw blade to fit on there. And then I'm going to have to find a fat washer to put on there somewhere. And then I'm going to drill a hole down the middle of the steel rod and put the screw in. And this is a super hard, extra strong screw, so it shouldn't come off, I hope. Oh, and I have to make sure this rotates the right direction so as to not loosen the screw as it's going. This plan does leave a little nub sticking out of the middle of the saw, which isn't the best, but I thought about it and it shouldn't be that hard to work around. I'll just have to raise the saw every time it gets in the way, like a 1/4 inch or something. I could use some like more screws with, like, you know, the V-top, whatever you call them, and recess them in so there's really nothing sticking out, but I don't know, I don't want to take any risks with that and the blade flying off in the middle of something. I want to do it extra safe. I decided to go with a bigger bolt. I think I'll have to cut it off here and weld a nut onto there to make it a shorter bolt. I had to steal this from my wagon. I'll have to remember to get another one. But none of that'll matter if I don't get this hole threaded. Oh, yeah, that's good enough. Oh, not bad. A little bit more. So what kind of ratchet bit fits on a square end, might you ask? Well, it happens to be the same size as this square, which is the size of that, so I just put it halfway on there and halfway on here. And it doesn't stay, but if I hold it, it works! That's more like it. And if I crank this bolt in hard enough, it'll stay. Then I just have to cut this off, and then I can stick my nut on. And that won't come out. Yeah, I just spent half an hour sticking a bolt in the end of a rod, but that was a very important part. Chop the end of that off with my angle grinder. Oh, come on, get on there. Bit of a tight fit now. Oh, look what I found! Sweet. Oh, better be careful. To lock this guy in place, I'm gonna drill a couple holes and put some screws in it. Right through. I had to shorten a couple screws to fit in there, but I think I got it. Oh, come on, get in there. Oh, there we go. Sweet! Ooh, look what I just discovered. The angle grinder thing happens to fit here. And I have an extra one because I broke an angle grinder a while ago, so I might just use that on there. Okay, I'm gonna keep a nut on there as backup, you know, just in case. Okay, I think I'm pretty satisfied with the most important thing there. The most important part being that the saw blade is attached in such a way that it won't fly off and kill anyone. Oh wait, it's cereal break time. Took the blade off for safety. Now what's next? I know that one of these, oh come on, get on. Is gonna go right there. And another one of these is gonna go right there. And then, I don't know what happens next. That makes it so that I can spin around. And then I need the pulley in here somewhere. And I need this big honking motor attached in there somewhere. That thing's heavy. So I need some kind of frame that attaches these to the motor and stuff. I don't know. The only bolts I have that fit in these things are these silly bolts, and they require a square hole because this part up here is square, and then you put it in the square hole and then you can screw your nut on and the square hole keeps it from turning because there's nothing to keep it from turning up here. So these require a square hole or a grinder. Then you can round off the square part and then put a notch in so you can use a screwdriver. And now it fits. Ha ha. See, the original one did not fit. Ooh, close up, no good. And there's the notch. Looking around for materials, I have some of this, which I think will be very useful. Oh, I forgot to mention that I put a couple angly pieces like right there and right there to keep the thing from being wobbly. 10 minutes of grinding later. Ha ha! Nice work. So 20 minutes of grinding and welding later, and I've got this box thing. I'm going to put the axle through here and bolt those bearing things, these things, on each end. And see, there's a hole through the middle for the stick to go through. So those will go there, and the blade will be out here, spinning around. And then the motor is going to mount on here. So it'll have the pulley coming out. Actually, if the blade's on this side, it'll stick out on this side. The pulley will be here, and the pulley for the drive thing will go there. So it'll go, and then, yeah. Guess I better make some holes.